Hi everybody, this is TheGreenFrog here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to be doing episode 12 of my survival series season 3, and I have some exciting plans for this episode. So the first thing we're going to do is, if I pop down into this basement, sorry if there is a bit of lag, you can see we have this nice little manual sugarcane farm that I just harvested and got 33 sugarcane. What I'm going to be doing in this episode, at least for the first part of it, unless it takes the entire episode, is I'm going to be making an automatic sugarcane farm in its place, so that when I go AFK at my AFK fish farm, I can also get tons of sugarcane, so that if I ever get villagers that can trade paper, I will be able to get tons of emeralds very, very easily. So, what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to go get the materials I will need for this. I'm going to need a bunch of different things, including 32 rails, 6 powered rails, 20 observers, 20 pistons, 20 sugarcane, 2 water buckets, 20 dirt, 92 glass, 10 redstone, a repeater, a comparator, redstone torch, a hopper, 2 chests, 2 levers, a minecart with hopper, a bunch of extra blocks, and probably some other stuff that I forgot, because I always forget stuff. And then I'm also going to clear out the area that we will need to build this. So, yeah, I'll be back when I have all that set. Okay, so we are on the second floor of our basement down there, because as you can see up here, we have our wheat farm and our AFK fish farm. So if we pop downstairs here to the second floor, you can see I have all the materials we'll need in my inventory. This is where we used to have the manual sugarcane farm, and this is where we're going to build the automatic one. And down here I've cleared out some space here. Seems like I accidentally managed to not pick up this torch. What do I not need? I guess I don't need these 3 andesite blocks here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some powered rail and some regular rail, and then we have our levers. So I was going to place the powered rail there with the lever, and then I'll line this in this direction with rails over here. Until the middle, where we will have our second powered rail. Line the rest of it with normal rails until we get to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some blocks here. I think I'll grab them right here. And I'm going to break this real quick. And this is where we're going to have our next powered rail. But before I place that, I actually need to place a double chest in this direction along with a hopper. So we'll put that double chest right there quickly along with our hopper right there, and the powered rail is going to go right there. Then we're going to grab our torch, comparator, and the repeater. I'll put in place of that, so we'll have a comparator there with a torch on this block like that. And then up here, I'll put another block and a repeater, if I can place it. There we go. We only want on 1 tick, along with a block like that. And this will just make sure that the minecart with hopper that we're going to be placing on this is going to have time to dump out all the items. Because above this, we are going to be placing our dirt to place the sugarcane on. Because I could use sand, but it's certainly a lot easier for me to get dirt, so I'm going to be using dirt. So we're just going to line that with dirt, and then we're going to line it with dirt over here. We don't want any dirt there. So just place some dirt along in this direction, just like that. There we go. So now above on these blocks, we're going to have our sugarcane. So I'll do a nice little parkour jump there. Even though, actually, I'm silly because we can't have that sugarcane yet. Because before we have the sugarcane, we need to have the water. So I'm going to be putting down some dirt here. And I'm actually going to need to move this lever a bit. I'm going to need to move it to this block right here. Because we're also going to need to line dirt in this direction as well. Along with blocks going like this. Just like that. Then we'll grab our water bucket. And we'll start placing in the water, because you literally, unlike just like wheat or potatoes or carrots or something like that, where you can, as you can see, have this entire field hydrated by just 2 of these two of these water, two little water pools, there has to be a water source block next to every single sugarcane for you to even be able to place it. So we just need to line this with water real quick. It's slightly annoying, but there's no way around it. And we'll grab that there, and then we will do the same thing with this, just alternating grabbing to the left and placing to the right, even though I managed to mess that one up. So just keep placing this water in, making infinite sources as we go, and there we go, we are all set. So now we can get that out of our hotbar. We can put in a torch and another torch just to light everything up so it's nice and lit. Then we're going to have sugarcane lining this side, and sugarcane lining this side over here as well. And the minecart with hopper, when we place that in, we'll be picking all that up. I guess we might as well place that in now that I think about it. So I'll just pop in, I'll put down the minecart with hopper, send that on its way. And that should come back to us. Let's see. There we go, it came back. And I will quickly place in some stone over here. So let's take that in our hotbar, put that back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line some blocks above here as well. I don't have any more, I won't have enough dirt for it, but that's fine. I can just use stone. Whatever block here is fine. It's kind of weird that sugarcane will still grow even with the water being blocked like that, but I guess the water is hydrating the block under the sugarcane and not the sugarcane itself. Now up here, I'm going to pop over here and I'm going to grab my pistons, if I can actually put them in my hotbar, and I'm going to place them in this direction, like that. And I guess I'll have to break this real quick, get out of here by breaking this block breaking these blocks here, and then break that. And actually, before I get out, I might as well do the next thing too, because we're going to be needing to place observers. But actually, never mind, because observers in PC edition place really weird, and they actually place backwards. So we're all set with that. We won't need to come back to there. So I will just quickly break this block. A lot of maneuvering we need to do here. Observers you actually place in the opposite direction to pistons if you want them both to be like doing stuff in the same direction, kind of. It's a bit odd. So now I'm going to grab the rest of my pistons, which are right here, and I'll quickly place these in on this side, because what this is going to do is it's going to detect when sugarcane grows, and then it's going to break the sugarcane. So we're going to line some pistons in this direction, and then we're going to break that, come up here, break these blocks above my head, and then we're going to break that. I'm going to put the sugarcane back, then we're going to pop down here, and we're going to place blocks above here, and then we're going to be placing some observers, not like that. Let's see. So we need to put that piston back. Where'd the observer? Did that silly minecart pick up my observer? I think that silly minecart picked up my observer. So I guess it's not gonna hurt. I need to mine over to that spot anyway. I think it's somewhere around here. Yep. Yep, it picked up my observer. Yeah, so I might as well just, I'm not gonna go here, but I'll go around the back a little bit like this. Just coming around so that I can access that chest quickly and easily. That's actually not where I want to come out. I'd like to preferably come out another block over, so that all I can access is the chest, so I don't really break anything. Yeah, so I'll just quickly put I'll put glass, because that's a transparent block, so I can still open the chest even if it's on it. I'll put that there, and then I will come down and I will break some of these blocks here, and now I can if I break some more blocks, then now I can access that chest without being able to interfere with any of the other circuitry by accident. I think I'll put that torch back there so we have some lighting over here. There we go. So now I'll be able to access that chest where all the sugarcane will be getting deposited. And now we have my observer back, which is nice. So we'll quickly take the glass out and we'll put the stone back in. Place stone up here because we don't need any openings there. Put that piston back here. Do the little hop thing. And I think I'll keep these blocks broken this time in case I mess it up a second time. Which, knowing me, I probably will. I think this time I will place some blocks along here. I'm going to have to place them there anyway, so I might as well do it now. And then I'm going to break these blocks above my head here. And I'm going to actually fill in another line of blocks here. And as you can see, I'm making this 10 wide, so I'll have 20 sugarcane growing at all times. And then we're going to fill these in here. So that means that if any one of these observers activate, so it detects a block update anywhere, it's going to activate all 20 pistons. It's not like the best thing in the world, but like it's the easiest thing to make compact and everything like that. So yeah, that should be all set. So now we'll pop down here, we'll close up that hole. And then I'm going to grab some glass, and I'm going to line glass along here, just like this, so all the blocks stay there. And believe it or not, I think we're actually done. So I'm not 100% sure, and as you can see, I've already done something a bit silly. I've managed to make the little entrance not in a very good spot, but whatever. And that'll do for now. I'll fix it later. I'll make it better later. So I think we should be done. Let's check that we don't have any extra materials in my inventory, because we shouldn't if we're all done. All this stuff is junk. We used only some of the redstone, only some of the rails, only some of the powered rails, only some of the glass, only some of the sugarcane, and I planted the sugarcane over in that direction. So I believe we're actually all set. The minecart with hopper, if I pop through here, should be moving along. Yep, I think I just saw it. And if anything, let me test something. So I'm just going to quickly break these two blocks, and I'm going to throw a stack of stone onto there, pretending that that stack of stone is actually some nice little grown sugarcane. So the minecart with hopper should pick that up, and it should come over here, and it should, yep, stay there while it's depositing it. There we go. The point of that thing is that it will not, the minecart with hopper will not leave until it's deposited every single little bit of stone. So we should see exactly a stack of stone getting put in here before that minecart with hopper leaves. So let's wait to see when it does leave, which should be fairly soon. There we go. And we have our entire stack of stone plus an extra added bonus, apparently, for somehow that got there. So yeah, it seems like this should be working. I can't guarantee you it's going to work, but hopefully it will work. I think I might AFK, I'm not sure. Don't count on it. By the next clip, I might have AFK'd, I might not have AFK'd. I'm not really sure, but I'll let you know whether I did or didn't. And yeah, that was pretty successful. 12-minute build of the sugarcane farm, which is pretty nice. Hopefully this will all work out great and get us some nice free emeralds eventually when we get some villagers. So yeah, that was pretty successful. Okay, so I went AFK for around 8.5 hours. I got some nice stuff from the AFK fish farm that I've already gone ahead and put away. And also from the sugarcane farm, I kept everything in here, and we might have even gotten some more since I last checked. So let's take a peek in from 8.5 hours plus maybe a little bit extra from playing. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 stacks of sugarcane, which is awesome. We had a few stacks before the farm too, but it's awesome to just be able to do absolutely nothing and get so much sugarcane. So we have these 10 modules here, and we also have the 10 modules in the back that you can't see. And then we have the minecart with hopper coming along on this minecart track and picking everything up and dumping it into the chest. So, I also gathered the materials, you can see them in my inventory, for our next project, which is going to be to build a automatic pumpkin farm. And we can put melons in it in place of some of the pumpkins or expand it if we want to, if I ever find some mountain sand jungle. I got some pumpkins when I went exploring, so I have them here. So I think I'm going to dig out some space this way, so digging out in this direction, like this way, so I'll have room for the farm. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I have a decent amount of space cleared out. Okay, so as you can see, I've been hard at work. I spent probably 20 minutes clearing out this entire giant area here. So this is where our automatic pumpkin farm is going to be going. So I'm going to have a water stream going right down here. So I'll start off with just the 8 blocks. Just like that. And then I will quickly hop over here to grab some more water for that. Then we will dig out these blocks here, and all these blocks will be dirt. So we will grab this dirt that we have here, and we'll place it here. And then we can grab our hoe, and we can till it, just like that. We won't actually need to till all of it, but I just did, so whatever. We will grab our 20 pumpkin seeds that I have here. I believe I made this go out. How long did I make this go out? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we'll have 5 extra blocks at the end because I'm going to be doing it here and then also again over on this side. So we're going to be placing the pumpkin seeds every other block here. So we'll do that for now, and they can the pumpkins can grow in the blocks in the middle. And how this is going to work is we have I'll grab these observers, and I'll also grab these pistons and these sticky pistons, because how this works is we're going to have an observer that will be looking this way. So if we can, no, okay, yeah, so let's take these out. We don't need that 1 extra block of granite. So if we put another observer up here, can we do that? Well, no, we can't. So I guess along this row here, I'll just clear out this extra row of blocks so we can hop up to place that observer. So yeah, so I gathered all the materials earlier, so I should have enough materials for this. Both the sugarcane farm here that I did before and this farm that I'm showing right now, are going to be they're going to be based off of video tutorials, so I'll put a link to those in the description. So then we have here, if I'm correct, we have a sticky piston like that. And then out here we have a observer facing, does that face, I think that, let's see, so that must face upwards actually. So I guess I might need to dig out an extra 2 blocks here, I think, so we can pillar up, and then, wrong spot. So we can pillar up and place this observer up here in line with this sticky piston, like that. Oh no, because when observers place weird. So I can actually just put it like this because that actually observes upward, believe it or not. And then I will have right here, I will have a regular piston that will break the pumpkin, and I believe that's how it works, if I'm correct. So yeah, I think that is. So now if I place like a pumpkin here, so I have a few pumpkins ready in my inventory, so now if I place a pumpkin here, then it will break it. And if I put another pumpkin, it'll break it. Put another pumpkin, it'll break it, and it will keep breaking any pumpkin that I decide to put down, which is pretty cool. So I think I'll put these pumpkin seeds back in my hotbar. So that's how that works. So now that I have all that cleared out, I can just repeat this for the rest of these. So since that would take a really long time, I'll do it off camera. And I'll also do it. Oops, seem to like to do that. I'll also do it on the other side over here, and I'll put the water streams in. So yeah, I'll see you when I've done that. Okay, so now I have this giant ugly mess on the third floor of my basement. So I have placed in everything. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mine out these blocks right here, and here is where I'm going to be placing my double chest. So we will just place that real quick, along with breaking this block and placing in our hopper, one of our hoppers right here. So if I pop up here, then we can place that in, just like that, and everything should flow to that hopper. I couldn't make it the full 20 just because of the length of the water. I didn't want to make it like too many hoppers or whatever. So, but we still have most of it placed in. Still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we still have 16 modules, which is still plenty. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top floor of my, or not to the top floor of my house, but above the basement real quick. And I think I was cooking some fish in these furnaces to get some extra XP. Yeah, I still have some of these to grab, just like this. And then the salmon I can't fit in my inventory right now, but that's fine. So I will put away I'll put away these things. I might eventually make a redstone materials chest, and then I'll definitely get rid of all. Oh, they don't fit in there because I have to have a second chest for building blocks now. So I'll get rid of all these extra building blocks that are hogging up my inventory, and I'll put away these fish. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some water, and I think I'm going to grab a portion of these bones and make some bone meal, just so I can speed up the growth of these pumpkin stalks, I guess you could call them. You can't actually make it. You can't actually make them like grow the pumpkins with bone meal, but you can fully grow up the stalks with either 2 or 3 bone meal. Same as taking every time, pretty much. So I'll make these go up real quick so that everything runs faster when we start actually using the farm. It's not. I have a ton of bones, so it's not a huge deal. I had some extra ones in my chest on top of the stack that I already had. So now I think all these should be grown up, just like that. So now they should start producing pumpkins eventually. And if I simulate a pumpkin growing on like this one, there we go. It falls into the water, and it gets brought along, goes in the hopper, and it goes into the double chest. So that seems to be working pretty good. Pretty simple, just the same thing over and over again. Yeah, definitely put the link to the tutorial of this and for the sugarcane farm in the description. It's kind of cool how it works. If you put in like a pumpkin here, what it does is the observer will detect it, and then that will cause a sticky piston to pull back this observer, which seems to somehow power the air block underneath it. It's a bit weird, but apparently that works, which powers this piston. And then if you just did like a normal observer thing, just like one observer hooked up to a piston, the piston extending would update the observer again, which would extend the piston again, and the piston would just extend forever. But the way this works is that the second time when the piston extends and it sends a second update, the observers give like a 1-tick pulse. So the first time the sticky piston goes and grabs this observer, and then the second time when the piston goes out, it spits it back out, even though it's sticky. 1-tick pulse makes it spit out a block, and then it will stay there resetting and not activating that piston again. So you can see it all happen there. I didn't come up with the design, but it is pretty cool, and it still works, even though they changed how observers worked, which in some of the snapshots, which broke a lot of farms. Yep, and that went right into the chest. So I'm probably not going to go AFK right now, but when I do go AFK, then that should work like a charm and get me tons of pumpkins. There's really not that much I can use pumpkins for, but like, why not build a pumpkin farm? If I have a sugarcane farm, might as well build a automatic pumpkin farm, since that's something that can be easily automated. Like, you need villagers to automate things like wheat and carrot and potato farms, and I can't get villagers right now because I haven't found any villages, and I don't have potions. I don't have a blaze rod to make a brewing stand to brew up weakness potions to turn zombie villagers into villagers. So I think so I can't make that now. So I'm going to put away this, and I'll put this away in the minerals. You can see I have over a stack of iron blocks. It's ridiculous. It's like I have an iron farm even though I don't. Well, I guess we'll put that in the other, put this in that chest, dump out this one lonely granite, put in the extra 2 pumpkin seeds, put that back in my inventory. That doesn't need to be in my inventory. We can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that, and we can also get rid of that. I thought I'd need it, but I don't. It's actually the wrong chest, which is why it doesn't fit. I'll keep the dirt on me in case we have like a creeper that blows up or something. I'll put that in, and then I'll put this over here. Seems to be a pretty good inventory setup. I think I'll take that out so I can have the bow. So yeah, I think that's pretty good progress. We made a sugarcane farm, and we made a pumpkin farm. And the episode is getting fairly long by now. It should be around, if I'm correct, it should be like 25 minutes. It's not super long. Like the last episode I had was like twice that length, but it is getting long enough that I wouldn't really want to start a whole new big project. So I think I'm going to end this episode right here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel to show your support for all the hard work I put into making these episodes. Like, for example, digging out all that space and finding the tutorial and building everything for both the sugarcane and pumpkin farms. So yeah, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel to show your support. And I'll see you next time for another video. Goodbye!